Okay, here's my E-Flite Hawker Hurricane. Show you a couple of things that I did. First thing you see is nav lights on both sides. Those are 3mm nav lights. Next thing you see is landing lights. The landing lights are 5mm, and the landing lights are wired into the retracts. Stock motor, stock prop, stock ESC. When I hit the retracts, you can see the landing lights come on. And when you hit the retracts up, landing lights go off. Let's do it again. Down, landing lights on. Gear up, landing lights off. Nav lights stay on the whole time. Next thing I did was I programmed the flaps to come down a lot slower than stock. So you get a really nice, don't mind the servo shattering. So you get a really nice scale down and up. And then next thing we did was unplug that so I can listen to the servos shattering. That's the problem with digital servos. The next thing you see is this isn't the battery that I'll be flying with. This is just a test battery that I had in there. You can see the giant wire bundle. Anytime that I have an extension, I use heat shrink around extensions. That's just kind of just a little bit more secure, so it doesn't pull out as easy when you're pulling on wires to wire to make your bundles. So I do that. You'll see color tabs here going into the receiver. There's white, there's orange, and there's green. And the reason why I do that is I just make myself a little cheat sheet on what's what. So if I ever have to unplug anything, I can hook everything up back very quickly. I disconnected the ESC's BEC, and I added a Castle Creations 10 amp BEC. Set it for 5.1 volts. And because of the extra load of the flaps, the retract gear, and the landing lights and the nav lights, I didn't want to rely solely on the BEC, which inside is ESC AR600. You can see down in here, underneath the battery tray, the wires coming up. Those wires that you see right there are for the lights. Next thing I did was on the bottom here, this scoop is functional out of the factory, but what I did is I made the rear scoop functional as well, and I painted it black. So you can see the rear scoop, and it goes all the way through, and in the back it's slit down the middle as well. That way I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of air coming in there, and so the cabin doesn't over pressurize and possibly pop the top. I put a bypass in the back, so some air will go through the cabin to cool the electronics, and some air will get bypassed and shot out the back. And if I pop the top, you can see that there's a hole there, and there's a hole on the other side. Just very small holes. It doesn't take much. I'm hoping that the front scoop matched with the rear scoop should cool everything out real nicely. And I put a couple cooling holes underneath the bottom very subtle for exit air. So hopefully we can maiden it tonight. And that is the E-Flite Hawker Hurricane with the 25E brushless motor. And I'll be running it on 3S 3200, which is a stock battery, 30C. I have a Zippy Compact 3300, 35C 3S, and a Turnigy 3300 30C. And we're applying it with the DX8. So should have a maiden video up shortly.